What's cooking, everyone? Welcome back. As of today, BlackDesertMobile dropped a huge W update, if you ask me. As a matter of fact, it's the third update in a row that they are dropping good and interesting stuff. I'm very intrigued. Well, the game, it's an idle game. They are trying to close all the eternal pieces of gear. As we have noticed lately, they're dropping so many upgrades from Chaos to Eternal. They mentioned, I think it was 2 years ago, that Eternal probably will be the last grade, so we are not expecting anything higher from that. However, we got, and I want to do an honorable mention before we move on to today's patch notes, what occurred in the past weeks. I didn't have the time to cover it, but I think I will restore now the update series for BlackDesertMobile, as we got our partnership right on the corner, right? So what we got is the BlackSTAR helmet, armor, gloves and shoes respectively. Those were the last pieces to be added. A small hint for newer players: you might want to focus on your whole vial cost reductions, which comes from the boots, as this will be handy in the long run, right? Now for the armor, we also got a new co-op dungeon where you can farm the Fallen King's armor. This is a special effect for your armor, and it's pretty huge and helpful when it comes to PvP, as you can restore 20,000 fixed HP when your HP drops below 40%. It has a cooldown, of course, 200 seconds, but it can become very handy in PvP situations, especially when you're fighting an opponent in similar CP. Of course, the whales will be the first ones that will get their hands on that. And without further ado, let's talk about what we've got today. I'm planning to do some dedicated videos for the previous topics mentioned, as there are some things I want to explain more thoroughly within this content. Now, first and foremost, what we got a new story. I'm just gonna go through this fast. You know, the casual side stories of BDM. You can finish the stories by talking. I don't see there are not a single man circle. Okay, we have to kill 30 kills, so it's gonna be fast. Again, free reward, so it is what it is. Moving on to the next big part, which is the fairy update, and finally it was about time to get a fairy update, as there been like maybe more than 2 years that we were stuck in the current situation. So we got, let's go back into the game. We got new brooches. Actually, it's one. You can find it on outfit and appearance. If we move to brooch, you'll see the new stellar brooch. This bad boy over here can go up to rare, unique, epic, mystical, abyssal, primal, chaos, eternal. So you can imagine how how much time this will actually take. Expect pay to win packs, of course, for fast progress. If they don't add now, expect those in the future, and you get this special effect as well, along with 1.6 thousand CP, damage to adventurers plus 9%. The other two brats also got updated to eternal gear finally. As you guys can see, it was very easy for me to get it to plus 29. I had plenty of stock of those materials. Still not not enough to get my lunar to plus 29, and I was liking a lot doing missions from the ferry. And of course, even if you're a new player, even if you're an old player, focusing on the stellar feels more suited. You can also check by clicking the star stones, where you can get them from the new dungeon Cradle of Fairykind. You can join this once per day. All right. You can choose in which material you want to lean on. The first one is for the first brooch, the second for the second brooch, and the third one for the newest edition that we have right now. And this is my recommendation for everyone. You should focus on the Starlit, because the other two, you can find them from doing quests, from doing wishes, the casual rotation from the fairy. So it doesn't matter that much, but those are unique, and you can only find them through here, at least to this point that I'm making this video. Alright, keep in mind that when you enter, you'll have 4 choices to choose from. The first one comes completely free to play, which actually, let's go here so you guys can see it as well. Of course, there are some requirements in order for you to unlock the Sunlit Cradle of Fairyland. I think you need +1 Primal and +1 Abyssal Lunar Brooch in order for you to unlock the content. But let me find... Okay, this is the... Let me zoom in also for the mobile users so you guys can read it. Right, those are the rewards that you can get by making a choice. Well, your first cost 1 silver, which is probably nothing. The second cost 100 pearls or black pearls, which is something. It's 700 black pearls per week. If I recommend that or not, well, in my scenario, maybe it's not a bad idea to spend some, because I need to focus getting CP as soon as possible, as there is literally nothing else that can get me CP. For free-to-play players, you can, you know, chill. You don't have to spend your black pearls here, as there's something that you can grind. Maybe focusing your black pearls in a future lucky shop that you can get. For example, restoration scrolls, which might be one of the things that you are hurting a lot, might be recommended here, right? And of course, third and fourth option are for the hyper whales. You have 10 minutes after all enemies are defeated to interact with the fairy flower badge and obtain rewards. Keep in mind that it's a daily entrance. If you lose your daily entry, you can't replace that tomorrow. And moving on to characters, the grab immunity has been added to all those skills for each class respectively. Nothing important to be mentioned here. I didn't notice actually. One of the highlights might be frenzied strikes for Berserker that got anti-grab, but lately fights are like a mess, so having an anti-grab more doesn't change the fact that you won't be able to escape that easily in a mass fight from Titans anyway, as dodge might be your best friend. Alright, there were some skill descriptions for Corsair, Warlord and Gladiator, nothing crazy here. And moving on to Cursed Pirate Island, those changes were actually worth mentioning, because now there is no outlaw zone anymore from Cursed Pirate Island. So basically there is only one map, everyone can meet each other, combat against other adventurers, except guild members of course, is still available in Madman John's domain, as it was before, so expect killings over spot. It's normal on those zones. And something also worth mentioning is that they increased the area, the domain for Madman John. So now, yes, there is one map that you can find more easily people, but still they're trying to lighten up a bit or soft the amount of players meeting each other within the area, but still keeping the PvP element alive. And some also quality of life changes that happened here. Some system changes. Now the following items can now be restored if you accidentally sold something that you actually needed. Now that you can restore it back. This was a very nice addition to the game when they actually did that back in the past. For the people that accidentally sold items. I remember I had guildmates sold by accident their relics. They had +10 relics and sold them. I don't know how that happened. Shout out to Nadju if you listen, man. Shout out to you for selling by accident your relics, right? Some UI changes as well. Nothing crazy here to discuss about. And some changes also to the official forum. Now you can directly check the Discord and YouTube page respectively again. Welcome to the community. Some quality of life changes to the website as well. I can't believe that there are like 6+ years and they're still making tons of fixes, tons of updates within the game. That's actually crazy and something that they worth a shout out for, right? Some error fixes to the characters and system UIs, but what I want to mention as well, and maybe this is also one of the reasons that I'm doing the video, is the end of the Season Pass. The Season Pass is coming to an end by December, is it 16? Until the update maintains on December 16. Progression Plus and Progression Plus 2 will remain as is. So, Summer Season Pass will no longer be available after December 14, so I'll make sure, alright, for the new players watching this video to finish at least episode 6, which is the end of the season by tomorrow, and we'll continue our journey there. Keep in mind that for me at least, it's unbearable to do all this content all over again, as I have done that with multiple characters all over the years, and you know, coming back to doing those things while in the late game the quality of life that you have, it's extraordinary. It makes me gonna vomit in a way, and I'm sorry in terms of that for the delays and all, but I'll try to finish the series and keep the series going within December, as I'll be more free from time as well. Now, Nightmare, of course, the casual change, we're getting back Tira, which is good for me, as you know, and many people that didn't have the opportunity to grind when it was 24/7 to get our Charm of Succession to a higher level. This is a pain for me, as it's still to +2, along of course with the goddamn Moonlight Soulstones. Sorry, Soulstones in general, the other one it's Nocturnal. Still having problems leveling this thing up. And lastly, of course, Encarotia's Boutique in the Pearl Shop is scheduled to close on December 15. So for the whales, don't know if you guys paying attention to that much, but there is this thing and many whales doing the following trick. They're buying outfits and they are selling them for silver, and they can make tons of silver in order to progress their account. Actually, this is really smart and helps as well the economy of the game, as they're getting what they want, which is power, and you're getting what you might want, which is cosmetics, right? For purely silver. So there's a win from for everyone, right? It's the casual rice farming, as they're calling it in Korea. And I don't feel it's anything left to discuss for the current patch. Exchange one first class outfit for restoration scrolls. The recipe is available until the update maintains on December 16. Oh yeah, right. And also, let me find it. Okay, and this thing as well, keep in mind that if you are someone aiming for restoration scrolls, this is your last days. You have still like 1 week from the moment I'm making this video. If you don't want silver and you want restos, it's a good thing to trade your outfits for restoration scrolls. Still, I'm gonna flex a bit my restos. I have 20 million restoration scrolls, as you guys can see over here. So for me at least, it's not that big of an issue. And lastly, of course, we have the casual BDM events. Everything is viable and completable for everyone, either free to play or pay to win player. This is something that the devs also deserve a shout out from me and from everyone, I guess, because always this game had events that are completely viable, easy to do, rewarding. Well, not extremely rewarding as of always, but keep small rewards, but have big density of events. Still, there are rewards out of nowhere. Lately, actually, I'm not complaining, as they give a lot of this is called selection boxes for everything, right? It doesn't have a name, so you can get whatever you want from inside here. They also give 7 days all-inclusive plus pack. Well, we are close to the Calpheon ball as well. As a matter of fact, this is something else I wanted to mention before I close this video. If Calpheon ball is coming at 13, and of course we have a new class, and I'm very curious about this class, because we have Drakenia, which is kinda of a female berserker, kinda, right? We have berserker, of course, and that's a new addition with a two-handed sword, and I'm so goddamn curious. Actually, this is my character, reflects my character from my Aeon 2, which is a female berserker, and I'm really curious to see what this class might do, how she will perform in the field. Definitely we are going to change on this class and try the hell out of it, as I was expecting for a new addition. This game, man, dropping characters in a better density from MOBA games, right? We are about to reach, I don't know, 40 characters, maybe more. If you add Ascensions and Awakenings, probably, yeah, we have way more than 40 characters. Actually, if you go to here, I think it's overview. We can check it. Like, not everyone has yet an Awakening or an Ascension, but look at this shit, man. Look at this shit. How many characters we have, right? Playing Tekken feels like an easier way for me to decide what to pick, Alright, and many people are asking about what's good for PvE. Of course, as the game focuses more on PvE, well, there are plenty of classes that you can enjoy the game when it comes to PvP, and with the latest addition, I'm gonna just mention that, and we're done for today. I don't think more yapping is required. With the recent addition they've done to the adventuring fervor, it doesn't matter that much which class to play for PvE, as nowadays you have a gap. Some characters can close it faster, and this is the only difference, right? Yes, some people might say that yes, some classes performing better. For example, I'm farming now Nightmare, and my class, it's not bad, but it's not ideal for grinding in this specific mode, and in the limited time content in general, there are classes that are better, yes, but in the long run, I would definitely recommend you to play something that you like, visually at least, and keep the grinding part aside, as even 1000 mobs within, I don't know, 1 hour won't make that of a huge difference in the long run, trust me, alright? That's it from me, thanks for watching, happy grinding, keep it sharp, and until next time, see ya.